Hey guys, it's Casey's Politics. So today, we are one day away from the 2025 general election in the United States. There are going to be many elections, but the races that are the highest profile are the 2025 Virginia governor election, and there's one in New Jersey, as well as the highly competitive attorney general race in Virginia and many other across the country. So in Virginia, Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears will be facing former Representative Abigail Spanberger. Now, this seat is currently held by Glenn Youngkin, who pulled off a very impressive win in 2021. He defied odds and beat former Governor Terry McAuliffe. So, looking at the polls here, it was pretty much accurate. Average was Youngkin plus 1.4. Youngkin outperformed polling by a little bit. Looking at the 2025 Virginia governor election, I expect Abigail Spanberger to win. She's a pretty strong candidate. She's up by nearly 10 points in the polls. Winsome Sears is not a very strong candidate at all. She just couldn't really get anything going. Doesn't have too much appeal. So I expect Virginia to flip to Democrats tomorrow, so they will reclaim the governor's mansion. Staying in Virginia, there's also a high-profile Virginia Attorney General race on November 4th between incumbent Attorney General Jason Myers and Democrat Jay Jones. So in 2021, Jason Myers, largely due to Youngkin coattails, was able to flip the Attorney General seat from blue to red, defeating Mark Herring by a pretty close margin. He was pretty much only elected due to Youngkin coattails. So now in this race, Jay Jones, the Democrats, has had lots of scandals. He's said really crazy, weird things about Republicans. And Myers was previously trailing in the polls. As you can see, Jay Jones' text messages leak. Myers starts to shoot up in the polls. Myers has been slowing down as election day has been getting closer. He's only up by plus 1.6. Jay Jones needs Abigail Spanberger to win by at least 10 points for him to win. He can absolutely win. I think the race is pretty much 50-50, but if Abigail Spanberger's coattails are big enough, Jones can also be dragged to the finish line, probably by an extremely close margin. And this is the last statewide election in Virginia that is competitive. We have the lieutenant gubernatorial election. So as we all know, Winsome Sears is the incumbent Republican. Again, she was dragged across the finish line by Glenn Youngkin's coattails, narrowly defeating Hala Ayala, who wasn't the best candidate. John Reed became pretty much the Republican nominee after Fairfax County Supervisor Pat Harity, who would be a very strong candidate, withdrew his candidacy. Still don't think Pat Harity would win if he was the Republican nominee, but I think he would do a lot better. John Reed has actually been doing a lot better in the polls than many expected. He's been a very great campaigner. He's going up against Hashmi here, who's a state delegate or state senator, I believe. So DDHQ has Hashmi only up by 4 points. I think at the end of the day, Hashmi will win by around 7 to 8. I think John Reed is going to outperform Winsome Sears in a lot of the Northern Virginia suburbs, and really just all across Virginia. John Reed will outperform Winsome Sears, but I still think Hashmi is going to hold on tomorrow. Then we have the 2025 New Jersey gubernatorial election. This race has been getting a lot of attention. Jack Ciattarelli versus Mikey Sherrill. Jack Ciattarelli has been running an awesome, phenomenal campaign. He's been campaigning greatly. He's visited every single county, I believe. He just had a very good ground game operation. He came really close to winning in 2021, falling short by a few points. This is especially impressive due to Phil Murphy being the incumbent governor. Sherrill's up by around 4.5 points. I don't think she'll win by 4. I think at the end of the day, Sherrill will win by around, I'd say, a point. Really, my opinion, I think this race is a complete toss-up. It's going to be very close down to the wire. Ciattarelli has secured a bunch of endorsements, and he secured a bunch of union endorsements. And you have NewJersey.com claiming Ciattarelli is going to win. And really, this is another example of how great of a campaign Ciattarelli's been running. You have Jack has been an X factor that isn't necessarily showing up in the polling. and is being under-evaluated by many pundits. He has campaigned non-stop for years, which is true, keeping a frantic schedule that makes the Energizer Bunny look like a sloth on... I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that words. He's gone to countless diners and conferences and churches and met with thousands of people in suburbs, farm country, and cities at jerseys red, blue, and purple. So this just shows how strong of a campaign Chitterelli has been running. And you also have examples like these. The RCP polling average, today it has Cheryl up by 3. It's now up to 4. Final 2021 result, Murphy plus 8 in the poll. Actual result, Murphy plus 3. So the miss was D plus 5. So this also just shows how polling can be a little bit murky in New Jersey. New Jersey is definitely trending Republican, and Trump did a lot better than many expected in New Jersey last year, but I still expect Cheryl to hold on by around a point due to the national environment and Cheryl being a strong candidate. Chitterelli is also a strong candidate, but I think at the end of the day, Mikie Sherrill is going to narrowly hold on. So these are my final predictions. I have Virginia governor at Spanberger plus 9, basically. Hashmi plus 8.5. Myers, I think, will hold on by 0.4 over Jay Jones. New Jersey governor Sherrill will win by around 1.8, and Mamdani in New York City is going to win by around 13. So thank you guys for watching. I will try to live stream the 2025 election results tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you guys for watching. This is Casey's Politics.